Okay, I have 3 machines here, and they're all waterproof. I have an entry-level machine, a mid-range machine, and a high-end machine. The Simplex, the Whites MX Sport, and the Amphibio. And with the Whites machine, I've gotten more relics with this machine out of any machine I've ever owned in my life. I've used it for several thousand hours, and I have the concentric coils on the mid-range and the high-end machine, and I have the 5x9 on the Simplex. And I'll show you the difference between these machines, and I'll show you why it's important to have multiple coils to select from with your machines. The Simplex does not have a concentric coil here, and I buried a coin there. I buried a dime right there underneath that leaf right there, and about a week ago, and I've been testing it on all my machines and all my coils and stuff, seeing what modes and what frequencies are going to hit it the best. And the Amphibio, it doesn't hit it very good with the double D coils on. Even the 4x7, the 5-inch, this coin is dirty. There's a lot of iron here. I'll show you, and I'll pinpoint it really good here, and I'll show you really how important it is to have multi-frequencies and multi-tones, okay? Lots of iron all around here. I'll ground mount it. It's going to be really funky because there's so much iron. It's just right. Start out in 3-tone. My gain's at 89. My ISAT's at 0. And I'll start out in 3-tone here and in 20 kilohertz. See, there's a dead zone in there. I can swing slow, but it's just not going to hit it. Not going to hit it in that at that angle, right? But it hits it hard in there, 20 kilohertz. You listen to the squeaks. Listen to the grunts that it's giving me around that place there, around that target. And I'll go to 14 kilohertz. I'm still getting all those grunts, right? I'll go really slow here in that dead zone there. I'm still getting a little bit of a squeak there at that tough angle there. Now I'll go to 5 kilohertz frequency. It'll just beat it up. Look at that. Getting the 80s. I'll go real slow here. Now I'll put it in 4-tone here. Rip it up. But I'm getting all those iron tones, everything around there, because there's a lot of iron around there under the ground that I can't see, right? My ISAT's at 0. My gain's at 89. Oh, actually, I think, yeah, gain's at 89. Beating it up. Now I'll go to 5-tone. Just slaughters it, man. Look at that. 89. I'm still getting 80s targets there, right? Of course, going to hit it good this way too, but I'm getting 80s numbers in there. Slaughtered it. Now I'll go with the MX Sport with my 6-inch shooter coil. I'm not really a big fan of this coil because it's just so different from all the other MX Sport coils. This is actually my most unfavorite coil that Whites has ever produced. But it does really good on this target here. I'll show you. I got it in, I'll start out in, actually, I'll start out in, oh, come on. I'll start out in coin and jewelry. I ground balanced it, turn the light off. Still getting some good numbers there. See? If I go really slow, the MX Sport has a very slow processor in it. See the iron? There's just iron all around here. There's just massive iron everywhere. Still hitting it pretty good there. See, look at that. 80s, 70s at this angle that the other one was struggling at. And I'm not even in high trash. I can go to high trash here. Ground balance here. I don't think it's really going to do any good to ground balance it here because it's just there's so much iron. But I am discriminating in high trash mode. It goes to 15, so you're knocking out all the iron. See, the iron is knowing that because I have my iron volume set at 1, I believe so. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, 1 at 1. It's 10, but it's 10%. See, nothing. So discriminating, if you discriminate in machines, I've said it before, if you discriminate in machines, you're going to miss a lot of targets, man. Did very well. Did very well. I'm liking that. And I'll show you the entry-level machine. That was the mid-range machine. This is the all these are waterproof. Very durable machines. And I got the 277 with a 5x9 coil on it. I'll ground balance it here. And this is a super simple machine, right? There isn't all those options and stuff that the mid-range machines have. That target's right below there, about 3 inches deep with a bunch of iron around it, underneath that leaf right there. 04, 04. And I'm right in the center of the coil. That's the sweet spot of that coil. Look at my numbers. 1920. But I'll back up on it a little bit. This is Park 2 mode, right? It's hitting it really good right there. I mean, if I hear a signal like that, if the simplex is responding like that to a target, I know it's a coin, man. It's just, right? But this one's just harder to pinpoint because the iron in there, right? It's struggling. I can go really slow like the other ones. And this is the fast recovery speed, Park 2. Not gonna do it. I'm at full gain. I was almost at full gain with both those machines there. I was at 9 on the sensitivity on the MX Sport and 89 on the Amphibio. If I crank the Amphibio up deeper, it would just read up all that iron around there. It would really struggle. But I'll go to Park 1 mode. I'll back up on it. And it's a dime. It's reading up at 92. You know, that's why I say don't go by the numbers. The tone. That's a dig me up tone right there. That one is too. But if I go directly over that target, it's giving me a bunch of grunts. That's not too bad. But if I go over here at this hard angle, it's still hitting it. Now I'll go to field mode. It's gonna be really squeaky here. Banging it. But it's actually not banging it because there's so much iron here. Right here. There's iron, foil everywhere. And I think the sweet spot on this coil is like right there. Right there. Banging it. Big time. Dig me up all day long. There's just a few differences of these here, and you don't have a lot of coil options for this machine here. You know, if this entry-level machine had a smaller coil in it, it might do a little bit better, or maybe if it had a concentric coil, it may do a little bit better in some situations. But you just don't have all those options. You know, you don't have all the modes and all the frequencies. This is a 14 kilohertz frequency machine. This is a 12 kilohertz frequency machine, and the Amphibio is multi-frequency, but you're not running all those frequencies at the same time. And what I've encountered is if you have a machine that's running multi-frequencies all at the same time, like a wide range, like maybe say you're running 5 to 30 kilohertz and all those frequencies in between, you're going to struggle a little bit. If you have a machine that has very close frequencies, like maybe 5 and 10, run 5 and 10 at the same time, or maybe 15 and 20 or 20 and 25 at the same time, you'll struggle a lot less because you're with the foil on the surface. It's a huge thing. I talk about the foil on the surface a lot because there's foil everywhere, man. And the foil really alters those tones, and the lower frequencies can get through that foil. And if you're running a lower frequency and a really high frequency at the same time, what good is it going to do you, right? It's still going to struggle with that higher frequency with that foil on the surface when you're trying to get deeper coins. I've showed it quite a few videos lately with, testing in the test garden, putting foil on top of some coins, and the lower frequencies just get through that foil. Especially with the Amphibio, I can really get through that foil a lot. In super trashy areas, I take the Amphibio. The Simplex just doesn't cut it because it doesn't have the options of like the frequencies and the coil options. So there's just a few differences between the mid-range, the entry level, and the high-end machines. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.